There comes a moment in every person's life when they stand face to face with their deepest truth. Mine came at 3 a.m. in a dimly lit hotel room, thousands of miles from home. I wasn't searching for answers. I was running from questions. That night, exhausted from chasing external solutions, I caught my own reflection in the mirror and saw something I had been avoiding for years. The only person who could save me was staring right back. Success, happiness, fulfillment, we're taught to seek these through external channels. Better jobs, perfect relationships, more money, bigger houses. We chase these markers of achievement like they're oxygen, believing that once we grasp them, we'll finally feel complete. But that night, I understood a fundamental truth that would forever change my trajectory. Every external pursuit was merely a shadow of what I was really seeking, the power that lay dormant within myself. Think about the countless hours you've spent waiting for the perfect moment, the right person, or the ideal circumstance to begin your transformation. Consider the energy you've invested in seeking validation, approval, and salvation from sources outside yourself. Now imagine channeling all that power back into your own growth, your own vision, your own path. The reality is stark yet liberating. You are not broken, and therefore you don't need fixing from the outside. You are not lost, waiting to be found by someone else. You are not powerless, seeking strength from external sources. You are and have always been complete, waiting to recognize and unleash your own innate power. The most profound truth about human potential. Your only hope is you. And that is not a limitation. It's your greatest power. Society has masterfully crafted an intricate web of illusions, convincing us that our salvation lies in forces outside ourselves. From a young age, we're conditioned to believe that our worth, success, and happiness depend on external validation. We're taught to seek answers in others' opinions, to measure our progress against arbitrary societal standards, and to wait for the perfect conditions before taking action. This conditioning runs deep. It manifests in the belief that the next relationship will finally make us complete, that the next promotion will bring fulfillment, that the next achievement will silence our inner critic. We become masters of postponing our own power, always waiting for something or someone to rescue us from our current circumstances. But let's examine this illusion closely. Every time you've placed your hopes in external factors, what has been the result? The new job brings temporary satisfaction before the familiar emptiness returns. The relationship that was supposed to complete you reveals new layers of personal growth needed. The achievement that should have brought lasting happiness fades into the background, replaced by the next goal. This cycle of external dependency creates a dangerous pattern. It breeds learned helplessness, convincing us that we lack the resources, wisdom, and strength to create the life we desire. We become spiritual and emotional beggars, constantly seeking nourishment from sources that can never truly satisfy our deepest needs. The most insidious aspect of this illusion is how it robs us of our personal power. Every time we attribute our success or failure to external factors, we give away pieces of our sovereignty. Every time we wait for perfect conditions, we sacrifice present opportunities for growth. Every time we seek validation from others, we deny the validity of our own inner voice. Consider this. Has anyone else lived your exact experiences? Has anyone else faced your specific challenges with your unique perspective? Has anyone else walked your precise path? The answer is a resounding no. Therefore, how can anyone else be better equipped to guide your journey than you? The truth is, external sources can inspire, support, and guide, but they can never be the source of your salvation. They can provide tools, but you must be the craftsman. They can offer perspectives, but you must be the visionary. They can share wisdom, but you must be the sage of your own life. The moment you truly grasp this truth, everything shifts. The power dynamic changes. Instead of being a leaf blown by the winds of external circumstances, you become the wind itself. Instead of seeking permission to thrive, you grant yourself the authority to create. Instead of waiting for rescue, you become your own liberator. This realization isn't about isolation or rejecting support. It's about recognizing that all meaningful change, all true transformation begins and ends with you. It's about understanding that while others can walk beside you, no one can walk your path for you. Within you exists a universe of untapped potential, a vast reservoir of capabilities, creativity, and power that most never fully explore. This inner universe isn't some mystical concept. It's the concrete reality of your mental, emotional, and psychological resources that shape every aspect of your existence. Think of your inner universe as an advanced operating system. Like any sophisticated system, it has multiple components working in harmony. Your beliefs form the core programming, your thoughts are the running applications, your emotions are the feedback mechanisms, and your actions are the output. When you truly understand this system, you realize that every external result in your life began as an internal process. This inner universe operates on a fundamental principle. Your thoughts are not just passive observers of reality, they are active creators of it. The way you think shapes your perception, which influences your decisions, which determine your actions, which ultimately create your reality. This isn't positive thinking. This is practical psychology at work. Let's break down the components of your inner universe. Your belief system serves as the foundation. These deep-seated convictions about yourself and the world act as filters through which you process every experience. When you believe something is impossible, your mind automatically filters out opportunities that could prove otherwise. When you believe in your capabilities, your mind becomes alert to possibilities that align with that belief. Your thought patterns are the architects of your experience. They construct the framework through which you interpret and respond to life's challenges and opportunities. Every thought creates a neural pathway in your brain. The thoughts you repeatedly entertain become superhighways of mental activity, automatically influencing how you respond to situations. Your emotional intelligence is the guidance system. Emotions aren't just feelings, they're sophisticated feedback mechanisms providing vital information about your alignment with your true potential. Understanding and managing your emotional responses gives you unprecedented control over your decision-making process. Your creative capacity is the generator of possibilities. Every human being possesses the ability to imagine, innovate, and create new realities. This isn't limited to artistic expression. It applies to problem solving, relationship building, and personal development. Your creative power is your ability to envision and manifest new possibilities in any area of life. Your willpower is the executor of change. It's the force that transforms thoughts into action, dreams into reality, and potential into achievement. Like a muscle, willpower strengthens with consistent use and proper training. Understanding your inner universe reveals a profound truth. You are not at the mercy of external circumstances. You are the creator of your experience. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every emotion you cultivate, and every decision you make is either empowering or limiting your potential. The mastery of this inner universe doesn't happen overnight. It requires conscious effort, consistent practice, and unwavering commitment to self-awareness. But unlike external circumstances, which are often beyond your control, your inner universe is your domain. You have the absolute power to reshape your beliefs, redirect your thoughts, manage your emotions, and strengthen your willpower. This understanding fundamentally shifts your approach to personal development. Instead of seeking external solutions, you begin to access and utilize your internal resources. Instead of being reactive to circumstances, you become proactive in creating your experience. Instead of feeling powerless, you recognize your role as the architect of your reality. Like the fundamental forces that shape our natural world, self-power emerges from the harmony of four essential elements. These elements aren't static structures, they're dynamic forces that flow through every aspect of your journey toward personal sovereignty. The element of clarity, self-awareness, like the stillness of a crystal clear lake reflecting your true image. Self-awareness brings the gift of clear vision. It's the ability to see yourself without distortion, understanding the currents of your thoughts, the tides of your emotions, and the patterns of your behavior with pristine clarity. This clarity isn't about casual reflection. It's about developing an unflinching understanding of your internal landscape. When you cultivate true self-awareness, you begin to recognize the subtle influences that shape your decisions. You understand your triggers, acknowledge your fears, and identify your authentic desires beneath layers of societal expectations. This clear vision allows you to navigate your life with precision, understanding exactly where you stand and where you need to go. The element of power, self-responsibility, like gravity, an invisible yet undeniable force, self-responsibility shapes everything in your personal universe. It's the force that anchors your potential to reality through the power of ownership. When you embrace complete responsibility for your life, you tap into an immense source of personal power. This force transforms you from a leaf in the wind to the wind itself. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and recognize your role as the primary force in your life's direction. While you can't control every event, you hold absolute power over your response to these events. This element requires releasing the weight of excuses and embracing the freedom that comes with total accountability. The element of motion, self-evolution. Like a river that never rests, self-evolution represents constant, purposeful movement toward growth. This isn't random change, it's intentional transformation. It's the force that pushes you to expand beyond your current limitations, to flow around obstacles, and to carve new paths toward your goals. This dynamic element demands consistent momentum. It means actively seeking new knowledge, developing new capabilities, and pushing beyond comfortable boundaries. Every challenge becomes a catalyst for growth, every setback an opportunity for learning. The force of self-evolution keeps you in constant motion, ensuring that stagnation never takes hold. The element of authenticity, self-expression. Like a flame that burns with its own unique light, self-expression is the element that illuminates your true nature. It's not about reaching a final form, but about burning brightly with your authentic energy. This element represents the courage to express your genuine self, unfiltered and unapologetic. This is your most distinctive force, the energy that sets you apart and lights your path forward. It requires the courage to shine with your own light in a world that often prefers conformity. True self-expression means making choices that resonate with your inner truth, even when these choices challenge conventional wisdom. These four elements create a dynamic interplay in your life. Like the natural forces that shape our world, they work in perfect synchronicity. Clarity reveals what needs to change. Power provides the force for change. Motion carries you through the process of change, and authenticity ensures that each change brings you closer to your true self. Mastering these elements requires daily practice. Each choice you make either strengthens or weakens their influence in your life. When you choose honest self-reflection, you enhance clarity. When you take full ownership of your circumstances, you amplify your power. When you embrace continuous growth, you maintain momentum. When you honor your authentic nature, you strengthen your unique expression. The beauty of working with these elements lies in their natural harmony. As you strengthen one, the others naturally respond and intensify. Greater clarity leads to more powerful choices. Increased responsibility accelerates evolution. Consistent growth reveals more of your authentic self. This isn't just a framework, it's a practical system for activating your innate power. Every time you choose self-reflection over denial, responsibility over blame, growth over comfort, and authenticity over conformity, you harness these elements more fully. When you truly understand personal agency, you realize that choice isn't just a right, it's your greatest power. Every moment of every day, you stand at the crossroads of decision. These decisions, whether conscious or unconscious, shape the trajectory of your life with unstoppable momentum. Most people drift through life reacting to circumstances, letting their environment dictate their responses. They're like leaves in a stream, carried wherever the current takes them. But you have the power to be the stream itself, to direct your own flow, to carve your own path through the landscape of life. Personal agency exists in 3 dimensions: thought, emotion, and action. In the realm of thought, you have the power to choose your focus. What you consistently think about shapes your perception of reality. When faced with failure, you can choose to see it as evidence of your limitations or as feedback for improvement. This choice alone can transform your entire experience. In the emotional dimension, personal agency manifests as emotional intelligence. While you may not choose your initial emotional reactions, you absolutely choose how long you dwell in any emotional state. You choose whether to let anger fester into bitterness or transform it into determination. You decide whether fear will paralyze you or fuel your growth. The action dimension is where personal agency becomes visible to the world. Every action you take or choose not to take is a declaration of who you are becoming. The power lies not in having perfect choices, but in taking ownership of the choices you do have. Even in the most constrained circumstances, you always have the power to choose your response. Breaking free from victim mentality requires understanding a fundamental truth. Circumstances may shape your options, but they never eliminate your power to choose. Even in situations where external choices are limited, you retain the ultimate power, the power to choose your attitude, your perspective, and your response. This power extends beyond individual decisions to shape your entire life narrative. You are not merely the protagonist of your life story, you are its author. Every choice you make adds another line to this story. The question isn't whether you're making choices, you're making them every moment. The question is whether you're making them consciously and purposefully. Understanding personal agency transforms how you approach challenges. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You begin asking, what can I create from this? Instead of waiting for perfect conditions, you start creating favorable conditions. Instead of seeking permission, you begin taking initiative. The most profound aspect of personal agency is its compound effect. Each choice builds upon previous choices, creating momentum in whatever direction you consistently choose. Small, deliberate choices made consistently over time create massive transformation, not through their individual impact, but through their cumulative power. Pain is not just an experience, it's raw material waiting to be transformed. Every setback, every disappointment, every moment of suffering contains within it the seeds of extraordinary strength. The key lies not in avoiding pain, but in mastering the alchemy of transformation. Consider the natural world. Pressure transforms coal into diamonds, friction polishes rough stones into gems, and resistance builds muscle. Your challenges operate by the same principle. Each obstacle you face isn't a roadblock, it's a launching pad for unprecedented growth. The transformation process begins with acceptance. Not passive resignation, but active acknowledgement of your current reality. When you stop fighting against what is, you free up enormous energy that can be redirected into what could be. This isn't about surrendering to circumstances, it's about understanding that every experience, especially painful ones, carries within it the potential for transformation. The alchemy happens when you shift from asking, why me, to what's next. This shift doesn't just change your perspective, it changes your biochemistry. Where victims see dead ends, alchemists see raw materials. Where others see reasons to quit, you begin to see opportunities to evolve. Building resilience through adversity isn't about becoming hardened or callous. It's about developing the capacity to maintain your course while absorbing and transforming resistance. Like a tree that grows stronger when faced with wind, your capacity to handle challenges increases with each transformed struggle. The key is understanding that pain and power are not opposites. They're partners in the process of growth. Every time you transform a painful experience into wisdom, every time you convert a setback into a comeback, you're not just surviving, you're evolving. You're literally rewiring your neural pathways to become more resilient, more capable, more powerful. This transformation requires a fundamental shift in how you view difficulty. Instead of seeing challenges as punishment, recognize them as assignments. Each obstacle is perfectly designed to teach you exactly what you need to learn for your next level of growth. Your struggles aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. The power that emerges from transformed pain is unlike any other. It carries with it a depth of understanding, a quality of compassion, and a strength of character that cannot be developed any other way. This is the kind of power that doesn't just endure, it inspires. You are not just living your life, you are actively designing it. Like a master architect, you hold the blueprints to your future in your hands. Every thought you entertain, every habit you cultivate, and every decision you make adds another element to your life's design. The architecture of self-creation begins with vision. Not vague wishes or fleeting desires, but a clear, compelling vision of who you're becoming. This vision acts as your master blueprint, guiding every choice and action. Without it, you're building blindly, creating structures that may not support the life you truly desire. Your daily habits are the building blocks of this architecture. Each habit, no matter how small, is like laying another brick in the foundation of your future self. The question isn't whether you're building habits. You are, consciously or unconsciously, every single day. The question is whether these habits are constructing the life you want or undermining your vision. Creating sustainable success requires building support systems that reinforce your growth. These systems aren't just external structures, they're internal frameworks that guide your decisions and actions. They include your morning routines, your decision-making processes, your methods for handling stress, and your strategies for maintaining focus. Your environment plays a crucial role in this architecture. Like a building that must work in harmony with its surroundings, your personal growth must be supported by your environment. This means consciously designing your physical space, choosing your influences, and creating boundaries that protect your energy and focus. The most powerful aspect of self-creation is understanding that you're always building something. Every moment you're either constructing the life you want or reinforcing patterns that keep you where you are. There is no neutral ground in the architecture of self-creation. Building your life deliberately requires three key elements. First, clarity in design. You must know exactly what you're building and why. This means having a clear vision not just of what you want to achieve, but of who you need to become to achieve it. Second, quality in execution. Every action, every habit, every choice must align with your blueprint. This doesn't mean perfection. It means conscious, consistent effort in the right direction. Third, adaptability in approach. Like any good architect, you must be willing to modify your plans when necessary while keeping your core vision intact. This flexibility allows you to grow and evolve while staying true to your fundamental design. The beauty of this architecture lies in its permanence combined with its flexibility. While your core foundation remains stable, you can continuously expand, renovate, and improve upon your initial design. You're never locked into one blueprint. You can always choose to build something new while maintaining the strength of what you've already created. In a world that constantly tells you to seek external validation, learning to trust yourself is the ultimate act of liberation. Self-trust isn't just confidence. It's a deep, unshakable knowing that you are your own best guide, your own most reliable compass. This liberation begins when you realize a fundamental truth. No one else has lived your exact experience, faced your specific challenges, or seen life through your unique lens. Therefore, no one else is better qualified to make decisions about your life than you are. Your experiences, your intuition, and your inner wisdom are uniquely calibrated to guide your journey. Breaking free from external validation means understanding that while others' perspectives can be valuable, they should never override your inner knowing. The opinions of others are just that, opinions. They're shaped by their own experiences, fears, and limitations. When you base your decisions solely on external approval, you're living someone else's version of your life. Developing unshakable confidence isn't about eliminating doubt. It's about learning to move forward despite it. It's understanding that doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to be paralyzing. Every time you choose to trust your judgment, every time you honor your intuition, you strengthen your self-trust muscle. Your inner guidance system is like a sophisticated compass that becomes more accurate with use. The more you trust it, the clearer its signals become. When you consistently listen to and act on your inner wisdom, you develop an increasingly refined ability to distinguish between fear-based reactions and authentic intuition. The paradox of self-trust is that it grows stronger through both successes and failures. When you succeed, you prove to yourself that you can trust your judgment. When you fail, you learn that you can trust your resilience, your ability to recover, learn, and grow stronger from setbacks. This liberation transforms how you approach decisions. Instead of seeking consensus or permission, you learn to consult your inner wisdom first. Instead of second-guessing yourself, you learn to stand firmly in your truth. Instead of fearing judgment, you learn to trust that you're exactly where you need to be on your unique path. The time for mere understanding has passed. Now is the moment for decisive action. Your journey of self-salvation isn't a theoretical exercise. It's a practical path that demands immediate implementation. Here's your protocol for transformation. Your blueprint for immediate change. Start with a declaration of independence. Write your personal manifesto, not just goals, but your declaration of who you are becoming. This isn't a wish list, it's your commitment to yourself, your contract with your future. Make it specific, make it powerful, and most importantly, make it yours. Next, implement the daily power practice. Begin each day by taking 3 specific actions. First, secure your mental space. Spend 15 minutes in complete silence, focusing only on your breath and your vision. This isn't meditation, it's mental preparation for battle. Second, strengthen your resolve, review your manifesto, and reconnect with your core purpose. Third, identify your power moves, the 3 most important actions that will move you toward your vision today. Create your personal accountability system. Track your progress not against others' standards, but against your own growth metrics. Monitor your daily wins, analyze your setbacks, and document your insights. This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness and adjustment. Establish your growth triggers, specific situations or times of day when you automatically engage in development activities. Link your growth activities to existing habits. Make personal development as automatic as breathing. Build your resilience protocol. Identify your common obstacles and create specific response strategies. Don't wait for challenges to develop your response. Decide now how you'll handle setbacks. Make your growth automatic, your comeback immediate. Develop your power network, not just connections, but a carefully curated group of individuals who support your growth. These aren't just friends, they're allies in your evolution. Choose them carefully. Engage with them purposefully. Create your evolution dashboard, a simple system to measure what matters. Track your energy levels, your productive hours, your progress toward key goals. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets improved. Most crucially, commit to immediate implementation. Don't wait for perfect conditions, they don't exist. Don't wait for permission, you don't need it. Don't wait for confidence, it comes through action. Start now, start where you are, start with what you have. Your protocol for transformation isn't complete without a commitment to legacy. Consider not just what you'll achieve, but what you'll leave behind. Your journey of self-salvation isn't just about you. It's about setting an example of what's possible when someone chooses to take full ownership of their potential. The protocol is clear, the path is set, the time is now. Every moment of delay is a moment of power lost. Every second of hesitation is a second of growth surrendered. The question isn't whether you can, the question is whether you will. Let me share with you the ultimate truth about personal power, a truth so fundamental that it changes everything once you fully grasp it. In every moment of your existence, you carry within you a force more potent than any external circumstance, any past limitation, any future uncertainty. That force is your power to choose who you become. Not who you were yesterday, not who others expect you to be, but who you decide to be in this moment and every moment that follows. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about positive action backed by unwavering commitment. You've been given something remarkable, the power to rewrite your story at any moment. Your past experiences may have shaped you, but they don't define you. Your current circumstances may challenge you, but they don't control you. Your future isn't a destination you reach, it's a reality you create, choice by choice, moment by moment. The journey of self-salvation isn't about becoming someone different. It's about becoming more fully yourself. It's about stripping away the limitations you've accepted, the doubts you've harbored, and the fears you've allowed to hold you back. It's about recognizing that the power you've been seeking has been within you all along. Your greatness isn't something you need to create. It's something you need to uncover. Your potential isn't something you need to build. It's something you need to unleash. Your power isn't something you need to find, it's something you need to claim. You are your own salvation, your only hope is you, and that's not a limitation, it's your greatest power.